What are some powerful Yu-Gi-Oh cards that you are going to need for 2024? In today's video, we're going to be talking about some powerful cards that you are going to need for beginners. We're also going to be talking about some cards that you especially need that you may not know about. Let's go ahead and jump on in. So in order to begin the 2024 year, you're going to have to look at the three main sets that we know about. The first set is going to be Maze of Millennia, the next one will be Phantom Nightmare, and then the last one will be Legacy of Destruction. We're not only going to keep strategies and tech cards in mind with those three sets that I just talked about, we're also going to be talking about some killer cards that players have been using over the course of last year. We're going to double down on those particular cards because they're still going to be important for 2024. Of course, as always, chat's going to help me out too, right? Right? You're just saying hi. You're not backing me up here. No? No? Not gonna help me out. So for the people that said yes, what are some cards do you think players are going to need for 2024, whether you're a seasoned veteran or if you're a player just getting into the game? Triple Tactics Talent, Droll and Lockburn. But I do agree, Triple Tactics Talent is going to be a card that you are going to need. Right now in Yu-Gi-Oh, there is a ton of hand effects being used between cards like Ash Blossom, Droll and Lockbird, and everything in between. Triple Tactics Talent is an amazing card to be able to navigate through that situation. Go ahead and pick those cards up. But also look at some staples like Ash Blossom, Droll and Lockbird, and of course, another good card, or two other cards that I think players are not paying attention to, is DD Crow and Ghost Bell. DD Crow and Ghost Bell will start to become some of the strongest hand traps in the entire game because they're really good against some of the most popular decks being used right now. Ghost Bell in Haunted Mansion is actually incredibly good in so many situations. It can be used to not only stop cards like Big Welcome Labyrinth, it's also really good against the Sinful Spoils engine, being able to stop Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils. It's great against the new card Transaction Rollback that will be coming out. It can be used against Transaction Rollback? It's good against Lab with Trans Rollback? Huh? It can't be used against Transaction Rollback, you're lying. There's no way. DD Crow versus Rollback? Nah, that don't work either. If it removes the trap card in the grave, doesn't it fizzle out? I wouldn't think so. Crow is a phenomenal card to have in decks like Vanquish Soul as well as Ghost Bell. These cards help extend your plays and can stop decks like Tier, Labyrinth, and even a Horus engine. I would also like to add it can even stop Rescue Ace and Unchained, which are strategies that people still think are really good. DD Crow can also stop Fire King plays, which is massive to turn off the grave against the deck and add the summon effects from grave. Yeah, you're not wrong. There's actually a ton of cards being special summoned or moved from the graveyard that DD Crow can stop, and it's incredibly good against Fire King. So those are two hand effects that not a lot of players are hip to that you may want to consider picking up because they're going to be really good at the start of the format. Tri Brigade Fire King plays around Crow. Nobody ain't playing that. Let's not forget Imperm. It just got its first common printing and plays around Talents, which we've already said is going to be huge in the format. Oh yeah, it did get it. Maxi. God. You do not need Maxi for the TCG yet. Maxi deserves to burn in a drum oil inside of a volcano. Another card that's going to be really, really good is Enemy Controller. Enemy Controller just got an ultimate rare reprint inside of the OTS set, and normally cards that get reprints inside of OTS sets are really good, at least for a long time. I know at first sight, Enemy Controller may not seem like a good card because you have to tribute a monster, but if you use it when your opponent is using something to get rid of your monster, you can also take their card too. And then there's also that particular situation where you can switch your opponent's monsters to the booty side. That can come up when you're getting rid of cards. Enemy Controller isn't once per turn, so if you have two in hand, you can just tribute off the monster you just took. He's a genius. He's a genius. Holy crap, he's a genius. Callie, what about Ultimate Conductor Tyranno? I don't think everybody needs that. Putting monsters in a spell and trap card of his own is going to be big. Sinful Spoils Subversion is going to be good. I agree. The only problem with Sinful Spoils Subversion is if your opponent is also playing the Sinful Spoils engine, then you actually could kind of just help them by putting cards on their field for them to use. Unfortunately, the Sinful Spoils engine is another thing that you are going to need for 2024. That strategy is not going away anytime soon, and while it may get reprints in the future, it'll be roughly 8 months from now. So it's going to be really expensive for quite some time. But if you guys were thinking about pulling the trigger on it and wondering how relevant it'll be, the answer is very relevant. Cosmic Cyclone, holy crap, Patterson, you're right. Cosmic Cyclone is crazy good. It's good against Labyrinth, Centurion, Fire King, Labyrinth. It's good against Rescue Ace. The card's just crazy good, dog. Nah, you're right. I think Cosmic Cyclone is actually stronger than Lightning Storm and Harpy's Feather Duster right now. It's mainly because it can banish cards, but even more importantly because it has that nice little quick play symbol. That Bolt Sign, being able to use it before your opponent can use their effects is crazy good. Wait, so that means Valance is good? My God. Valance is not good, my friend. Galaxy Cyclone? Oh my God. No, Galaxy Cyclone may not be as powerful as you think. Runic? I mean, yeah, if you're degenerate. I personally wouldn't invest too much into Runic if I were you guys, and it's strictly because the archetype is about 2 years old, and Konami starts to phase those things out over time. I don't think that it's a terrible idea, but everybody that's gung-ho into Runic that made it expensive, they might have to pay the piper later on. Another card that I talked about on my last video was World Sea Dragon Zantis. That card is actually crazy. It's going to be really useful for a lot of strategies, especially since we're going to be moving towards going against a lot of fire-based Yu-Gi-Oh strategies. If you can lock yourself into any of the other attributes, using Zantis effect can clear your opponent's board and prevent them from getting their monsters back. Yeah, I love that card. Bro, Zantis is fire right now. Well, not really, but you get what I'm saying. Eradicator Epidemic Virus for the Runic or Lot matchup. Just call Spell or Trap and you're good for the most part. Bro, he's a demon. He don't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! He wants to make his opponent's life a living hell. Yeah, guys, just have your Eradicator Epidemic Viruses onto the side just in case. I don't think that Eradicator Epidemic Virus is going to be that big, but he does have applications. It can be good against Labyrinth and Runic. I'm siding evenly again for the times I can't get through a board and my opponent doesn't leave a negate on board. You know what? I may have said that evenly matched may not be as powerful, but it's actually going to be really, really good very soon. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh decks don't make negation boards and they can't stop cards like evenly matched. This card is incredibly good for being able to tip the scales into your favor. I think you definitely should be picking up that card. Dark Ruler no more? You gotta think about it. Hear these decks out. Fire King, Rescue Ace, Labyrinth. None of those really care about you negating their monster effects because they're dependent on other cards around them. So I'm not sure about Dark Ruler no more. And even when Phantom Nightmare or Legacy of Destruction, nothing's really changed in that particular department either. What about Mystical Space Typhoon since it's a quick play? Wait, doesn't MST negate? MST does negate. How do you pick up Promethean Princess right now? Promethean Princess with all the fire stuff coming out. He's a Master Duel player. It's not even out yet. Anti-spell fragrance because we need a good staple floodgate. Ah, yes. It's not a bad idea. I can't really hold him for that. There are a ton of good spell cards in the game that are normal spells that anti-spell fragrance could shut down. Solemn Judgment? Oh yeah. I think Solemn Judgment, Solemn Strike, and actually another good Yu-Gi-Oh card, Solemn Authority. I would pick up all three of those cards. They're actually really powerful right now. Oh, pick up your super polymerizations too. You're gonna need that for next year. There are gonna be so many strategies that super polymerization just, bro, do you know how many fire Yu-Gi-Oh decks are coming out right now? Then there's even other strategies inside of like Light of Legacy of Destruct, whatever that set is, Light Sworn. Bro, it's a light deck. Underworld Goddess clears the board to summon. It could be big. Oh, yeah. You know what? I would never say don't have Underworld Goddesses for 2024. That card's cracked. It's really good. I don't know if anyone said it yet, but Lancia would be a good option. Artifact Lancia is actually kind of crazy right now. It's a solid Yu-Gi-Oh card that can prevent your opponent from banishing. A lot of that happens in Phantom Nightmare, but as well as Legacy of Destruction. Is that the set's name? Bro, Lancia? Sheesh. Lancia can be a turn-ending Yu-Gi-Oh card. It is a sleeper. Karma Cannon? You're not wrong. I would 100% pick up Karma Cannons, guys. That card is crazy. Destructive Daruma Karma Cannon? It's good. It's Book of Moon. Deck Lockdown? Shh, don't tell them about that one. There are so many strategies in Yu-Gi-Oh that special summon from the deck. Deck Lockdown would be a powerful one. I agree. What archetypes cause Deck Lockdown? Well, Deck Lockdown is good against Unchained. It's good against Sinful Spoils. It's good against Labyrinth. Holy crap, like the card's really good. Heavy Storm beats Karma Cannon with the trap strategy change. If people start main decking Feather... How are you main decking Heavy Storm? Where are you at? What are you doing? I think a secret card, guys. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Darkhole Dragon. Bro, think about it, chat. With all of the destruction going around, you could summon a Darkhole Dragon and search Darkhole. Like, it's good. I'm not coping. I promise I'm not coping this time. Darkhole is clutch? Yeah, bro. Chat. Type Darkhole in the chat if you think Darkhole and Darkhole Dragon are phenomenal. Darkhole. Bro, somebody is coping. Either all of us are coping or it's a good card. Bro, it's like 45 cents. Come on now. Like, is it really gonna hurt you? Opponents won't see it coming most of the time. See, Vendetta knows. He keep his ears to the street. Imagine they destroy your board and you just slam Darkhole Dragon on the field. And they're not stopping you, my boy. All bad Yu-Gi-Oh players think Darkhole Dragon is good. Damn. Okay, Callie, I have a better one. Drowning Mirror Force. All right. I think we're done here. All right, I think that's everything though, guys. I think we have a solid list. And of course, if you guys have some other cards you want to add on to it, let us know. It's going to be really, really important.